Welcome to the Daily Record Spin. I'm your host, Jimmy Clements. Joining me today is my little brother and the co-host of this show, Danny AOTY. Danny, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Not bad. Just hanging out, getting ready for baby, which could come any day now. So sort of just feeling like I'm stuck in limbo in some ways, but also it's good, you know? So
this is potentially our last episode before a brief hiatus, possibly?
Potentially. Yeah, we're not quite sure.
Potentially. Yeah.
Katie was on the phone with Sarah today, our older sister, and she said that she's almost always accurate when seeing a pregnant woman before giving birth about when they're going to give birth. And she just told Sarah 9 to 10 days. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's,
buckle up.
You know, it's very possible that this is the last one before the hiatus, but you know, we'll be ready.
There was a Big Brother contestant several years ago who was Latin American, and he went to go say the word hiatus, and he pronounced it ayatus. And he was saying it, and this other contestant, Tyler, was like, what are you saying? And then he goes to the diary room and he's like, oh my God, he was saying hiatus. And now every time I hear the word hiatus, I think yatus.
That's so great. I know we should say this for the end of the episode, but how about Traders this season? My goodness.
Oh my God. So fun.
That'll be a nice teaser for the end. We are here today, however, to recap some things that have happened. So first of all, the Grammy Awards. We haven't talked about the Grammys yet, so that'll be the first block of this show. We're going to end also with talking about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance and our favorite halftime performances. And in the middle, we'll hit some other details. Muna's new single, the new Nick Jonas album. We're going to talk about that. Maybe a couple other scattered items. So let's just start with the main event, though. Let's get into our reactions to the Grammy Awards and the fabulous night of music that happened, I guess, a little over a week ago now, that at the time of recording. But what are your main takeaways from the broadcast?
I thought it was sturdy, really sturdy ceremonies. It was going to be hard to follow up the 2025 ceremonies after such an incredible year in music, but I don't know. They just really have, for the most part, figured their shit out. Like, this is a totally different show than it used to be from when I was growing up, and it's for the better. So, I mean, for the most part, I thought the performances were good. I thought most of the awards were good, and I thought it was paced relatively well. I always think it's at least a half an hour too long every year. And this year kind of felt like an hour too long, a little bit to me. So, by the end, I always kind of trail off. But for the most part, I was pretty pleased. What about you?
Yeah, I do agree that it's nice to kind of know what we're getting these days with the Grammy Awards. I do feel like the show has found its identity at this point. I still have some gripes. I wish that the interludes with the host were shorter. I wish that there were 2 to 3 more awards given out on the telecast itself. And maybe that the performances weren't so spaced out, because a lot of these they were teasing at the beginning of the show, and it took 4 hours for them to show up. So there's some stuff, award shows are hard. I think we know that at this point in our lives of just watching many award shows, and, commend the Grammys for doing better. I will say, after last year, it did feel like a disappointment. There were some performances I really liked, of course, but last year was just banger, 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 banger. And this year was I know, a couple really solid performances, a couple that were just this is fine. A couple that I was okay, I'm hitting the snooze button now. But I still enjoyed the show, and I mostly enjoyed the spread of the awards that they gave out. So we can get to talking about that if you want to.
For sure. Yeah, no, I completely agree, especially with I would love to see more awards on the actual telecast, just as someone who cares about the awards. Yeah. I know that not everybody watching really cares that much. They care more about the performances, but I'd be okay being a little bit more selective with who performs and giving us 3 to 4 more awards. I think that would be fine.
To me, it was very disappointing to hear that Kehlani got 2 Grammy Awards, and I didn't get to see.
We didn't see it.
You know what I mean? She's been doing this for so long. That's a bummer. That should be part of the show.
For those of us who are big enough nerds to watch the premiere ceremony, which is the pre-show where they give out most of the awards, it really wasn't that big of a deal. But I understand that that's a big ask for most people to be watching the Grammy Awards from 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. So, but some of us do that and did get to see Kalani accept those awards. But I understand that's not for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's not part of the primetime show. I will say I did do that last year. We had a conflict that day, so I didn't get to start until the show started. But so let's talk about the big winners. Obviously, Bad Bunny wins Album of the Year. Let's just start there. That's like the huge award. It's the first non-English language album, I believe, to win Album of the Year. Is that 100%. True?
Yeah, it is. Okay. That is true.
So obviously, incredible, huge, gigantic milestone. And the fact that Bad Bunny, who is arguably the biggest artist in the world, was the one to pull it off is a really cool moment for the state of the music industry right now. And
agreed.
Just a very emotional moment on a night in which activism was high among those in attendance at the Grammy Awards. Most of the artists and presenters were wearing Ice Out pins as a reaction to the violence caused by the state here in the United States lately in the form of ICE terrorizing citizens on the streets. There was a lot of rightful anger and frustration among those in attendance, calling out the policies of Donald Trump and his administration for what is occurring in our country. And very cool to see a Latino artist win on the biggest stage in a moment when Latinos are being especially victimized by their policies.
Yeah. Yeah. What a incredible couple weeks Bad Bunny has had.
Unbelievable heater of a run. I thought nothing could top Kendrick last year, but seemingly Bad Bunny has done it.
Here we are. Yeah, here we are. I just want to say first, I called it. I had a feeling that was going to win.
You did.
And I am so pleased that he won. I love that, we got to see him win 2 major awards that night. Musica Urbana and obviously Album of the Year. The first of which he gave his, activist speech about ICE. But then for Album of the Year, he accepted it almost entirely in Spanish, which I just thought was really special. Just a very cool moment. I didn't know what he was saying at the time, but I looked up the translation the next day, and it was just very sweet, about community and about Puerto Rico and about, paying homage to the artists who have done it before him and should have been on that stage, but weren't. And yeah, I just thought that was an incredible moment. And again, so timely, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was just incredibly cool. I thought his first speech for Musica Urbana album was the speech of the night. Frankly, it was just phenomenally stated, and coming from someone who English is not their first language to just give the speech of the night, I thought was truly incredible. I mean, his message about love being the only thing that can overpower hate, that he echoed again with the Super Bowl performance. I mean, that's just truly wondrous. I am workshopping a take here. I want to hear your thoughts on this take.
Okay.
Now that Kendrick had the year that he had last year, and that Bad Bunny had the year he did this year.
Yeah.
I would like to workshop the take that men in music are not the problem. It is white men in music.
Well, yes. Well, yes. Yeah, that's a great take.
Because the non-white men are doing great.
We've got Bad Bunny, we've got Kendrick, we've got Bruno. Bruno's doing great things. Harry can maybe sort of get a pass sometimes for being a good pop boy, I guess.
Yeah. Heard some interesting drama tidbits about him being really mean to Billie Eilish during the Grammy Awards. Yeah. It was floating around on the internet. I heard that from a couple different places. He was apparently extremely rude. I don't know what went down, but there's some beef going on there.
That doesn't surprise me. I don't think that he's a bad person, but if somebody was like, if somebody did like a tell-all and was like, Harry Styles is actually a monster, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know that that's true, but
yeah, he doesn't seem the most down-to-earth person. I think he's fairly posh.
He's very mysterious.
Yes.
He doesn't really let people in, which is honestly one of my biggest gripes about him as an artist and his music in general. But that's a story for a different day. Some other big awards of the night. While we're on Billie Eilish, let's talk about Song of the Year,
surprise.
which was, I think, a huge shock to a lot of people. Here's my take. People are big mad about it because obviously Wildflower was part of Hit Me Hard and Soft. Came out in 2024. obviously it kind of sneaked in on a technicality. I mean, I can acknowledge all of those things. However, when you look at the other songs nominated, did we have that much material to work with? In my opinion, no. And in my opinion, I think Wildflower arguably was the best written song of the bunch. I mean, lyrically, that song is a fucking masterpiece and takes you on a whole journey. So I wasn't mad at it. And I'm just glad that Hit Me Hard and Soft finally got some flowers.
That's how I feel. I was sad in the moment that Golden lost that award. But at the same time, they've won plenty. Obviously, they did win a Grammy before the telecast started for best song for visual media.
Big trend of the night did not. The voting body was not overall fans of K-pop Demon Hunters. I felt like they were nominated for a whole bunch of shit and really only won one or two.
It went primarily for Sinners with regards to movie music. So
that was really surprising.
But I will say my major takeaway from Song of the Year is Justice for Hit Me Hard and Soft. This was our favorite album of last year, of 2024. It's 2026 now. That's crazy. Like by a pretty wide margin, I think you and I just absolutely adored that album. And to see it go home empty-handed last year was really devastating to me personally.
It's very sad.
So we kind of made up for it. Was it weird? Sure. But like, I'm never going to be mad about Billy and Phineas winning a Grammy. Like they're the most like deserving Grammy winners outside of like Bruno and Kendrick and stuff.
One thing about them, they're going to be winning Grammys.
This is the third song of the year.
They can't resist. I think it is the third.
And if you include record of the year, it's like their fifth, I believe.
5 total.
Because Song of the Year, Bad Guy won both.
Song of the Year, they won for Bad Guy. What Was I Made For? And now Wildflower. And then Record of the Year, they won for Bad Guy and Everything I Wanted.
Correct. Yes.
So
they also have an Academy Award for Best Song for Motion Picture.
Right. And Best New Artist and Album of the Year.
Did they win that twice?
Yes, they won it for No Time to Die and for What Was I Made? So
God, they're so good.
They do be winning awards for sure. And I'm saying, well, yes. I'm saying deserved.
This is fine. The Kendrick train did keep rolling as it
did
predicted, but incorrectly. Luther won Record of the Year. Now, I'm not necessarily surprised by this at all. It was, of all of these nominees, probably did the best on the charts last year. Everyone was listening to it. And it was from an album that was nominated for Album of the Year, following a year in which he also won Record of the Year. So none of this is surprising. This is a very Grammys thing of like, let's just keep giving awards to the same people over and over again. Happy for SZA mostly.
Yeah, I had originally predicted Apata for this, and then the day of, I didn't like formally change my prediction just out of fairness, but that day I was like, Luther is probably taking this, and sure enough, they did. I mean, good song. My hot take is I think it's a little mid.
I agree. It's honestly not among my favorite songs on GNX, but as a massive SZA fan and fairly big fan of Kendrick as well, this is fine.
Yeah,
good for them.
And I thought SZA was very eloquent that night, not only in the acceptance speech for that award, but also her backstage press.
Yes, so good.
I saw some videos from that, and she just was very, very, very well spoken. So was very happy for her. That was very cool. And then obviously Best New Artist went to no one's surprise, Olivia Dean. Super deserved. I will say, here's what I'm going to say. We all know that Addison Rae is my queen. I love her down. And I personally loved her performance. However, during the Best New Artist montage, it was very clear who was the like seasoned performer.
Correct.
And who's delivering a full package at the highest caliber. It was no question Olivia Dean. I mean, others gave incredible performances. I thought Leon Thomas was awesome in his performance.
Yeah,
I actually even thought Somber was pretty good.
He was,
but the one that had you just like looked at the stage and just saw a star. It was Olivia Dean.
Yeah, there was no question about it. Yeah.
Here's a take I'm workshopping, and I would love to be proven wrong because I think she has immense talent and she's very likable. I think this is going to be an Esperanza Spalding situation. I would maybe put money down that in 5 years we're not talking about Olivia Dean, but I will say, I do think she is the frontrunner to win Album of the Year in 2027.
That's why I don't think she's an Esperanza Spalding situation. Who, by
That's
the way,
maybe not
Esperanza
the best
Spalding,
take.
fantastic artist, very underrated.
I'm sure she is. I've never heard a song, but maybe Esperanza Spalding isn't the best comp. But I don't think. My main point is I don't foresee her reaching the same heights as our past like 6 to 7 years of best new artist winners. I don't think she's in that caliber with them.
I agree, only because I do think she kind of rode the wave into this award, and very well played by her. I mean, she peaked at the right 100%. Time to do so.
She did.
But I don't think there was like a massive awareness of her up until like the last 6 months, I would say, at least the US side.
Yeah.
So there's a chance. I could really see Olivia Dean going either way. I mean, if she becomes sort of the next like Adele meets Amy Winehouse kind of situation, then she's obviously going to have staying power. If this is a bit of a flash in the pan, I could totally see you being right. And she's just like a note that we had like one time. Who was the jazz winner a couple years ago? She's definitely not
Samara Joy.
Yeah, she's definitely not Samara Joy tier. I feel like she's
above
certainly
Samara
above
Joy,
that.
for sure. Yeah, I think Olivia Dean's music, albeit good, is very safe.
Yes,
and I think that it is like literally handcrafted to be Grammys bait, essentially. Yes. And that's not a dig on the music. That's just like exactly what the Grammys the voting body looks for, at least historically. And I don't know, unless she really like it gets a little bit more daring musically.
Yeah.
I don't know how much staying power that type of safe kind of, bob my head music is going to do with the general public and have a lot of staying power.
Yeah.
But this is not a dig at Olivia Dean at all. Like I said, she was very clearly the winner of the night. Like, in compared to the other performers. So I'm very happy for her. And I think she's great.
She has a sort of classy air that I don't think many artists have right now. And I do think that a lot of people respond to that. So I will say that element of her artistry is working for her very well right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, while we're talking about her performance, what were some of your highlight performances of the night?
Honestly, both Bruno Mars performances. Like, I have not historically liked AOTY, but I thought that opening AOTY rock version was phenomenal.
I thought it was super cool. I actually hate that song, low-key.
Yeah.
And I really liked that version of it. I thought it was a great way to open up the show. And the two of them have great charisma on stage. I love that Rosé was kind of doing this like Gwen Stefani meets Avril Lavigne kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was living for it. I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Go off. Yeah, I actually thought that was great. That was one of my highlights.
They were seemingly just having the best time ever. So,
yeah. His performance of I Just Might didn't do a whole lot for me personally. It just kind of felt like a very standard Bruno Mars performance, which is above most other artists. Bruno Mars performing is at such a high caliber. But I think because I am so used to his performance, that one was just kind of like, yeah, that was a good Bruno Mars performance.
For sure. I think for me, like the internet agreed with you, by the way. I was looking up like favorite Grammys performances. Everyone had that one kind of low. For me, it's just like, he is clearly just like the best at doing this. I just watched everyone else in the night. And I'm like, these are all good. And then it's like Bruno Mars is like, I could do this rolling out of bed after smoking a 24 pack of cigarettes. Like I don't like it's just so natural to him and so delightful. And that song is really fun and catchy. And I'm like, it is. So
yeah, I feel yeah. My favorite of the night by far was Sabrina Carpenter. I thought she absolutely smashed it with her Man-Child performance. The set, the dancers, she sounded unbelievable.
Yeah, almost.
That's the best live vocal I've heard her do ever.
Yeah, it sounded pre-recorded, but I know it wasn't, which I was like very blown away by.
Yeah, she's been putting in some work on her live vocal and sounded immaculate. She's just so comfortable up there now. Like she feels like such a seasoned vet at this point. And like she has been doing this for a long ass time, but in terms of public consciousness, not really. And yeah, I was blown away by her performance. It was just the spectacle that I was looking for. And I was sad that she left empty handed, but at the same time, like I kind of always knew that this was going to be the lesser of this and short and sweet at the Grammys. I kind of knew that, but I did expect her to pick up one, which was best pop solo performance, which ended up being my biggest shock of the night.
Definitely.
When it went to Messy by Lola Young.
Yeah.
That was a crazy moment.
Probably my favorite moment of the night for its shock value and the fact that song is great. And we both like Lola Young as a performer. So yeah, that was pretty wild.
That's the kind of Grammys upset that's like exciting.
Yes.
To watch and not like Jon Batiste.
Okay. Time out.
Sorry for my Jon Batiste beef.
There are two artists that I just don't understand the beef with from you, and it's Chappell and Jon Batiste. I do not. The outright hatred for both of them when they're both musical geniuses is really off-putting to me. I totally get the hate for Jacob Collier, who is just like seemingly not a human, like probably an alien from a different planet. Jon Batiste is just like a weird autistic guy that's just really good at music. I don't think
he's so uninteresting. I could not be less interested by that man.
You're not interested by his music, his ability to play things by ear, okay, whatever.
No. We got Charlie Puth. We got Jacob Collier.
My wife is going to now stop listening to this podcast in
I know she is.
For this sake.
I know she is. I know she's a Jon Batiste stan. I just need to stand firm. And I need everyone to recognize that my opinion is popular. That the Jon Batiste Album of the Year win. I refuse to be the one in the minority on this. Okay, internet, if you agree with me, I know you fucking do. Come into the comments and say Jon Batiste should not have one album of the year. We're gonna get a million comments that say that and agree with me. Okay, I'm just saying.
I am not debating that he should have definitely won album of the year. I'm interested in why your hate for him is so powerful.
Because of that album of the year win.
Okay, but that's not his fault.
Right.
Okay. As long as we acknowledge that. All right.
No, I fully acknowledge that. It's like how I like Harry Styles a little bit less after he won over Renaissance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just part of it.
I know.
That's just part of it.
I get it.
I actually wrote, I'm in a Patreon chat for Pop Pantheon. I think I shouted them out last episode too, but they had a watch party during the Grammys, and it was during the in memoriam when Lauryn Hill was doing her big D'Angelo shebang, and Jon Batiste came on the stage, and I wrote in the chat, the Grammys have to show us Jon Batiste in the telecast every year to remind us of what they can do if we misbehave. It's like President Snow in the Hunger Games. That was a banger. I was really proud of that one.
That In Memoriam was way too long. It was fun. I enjoyed all of the parts of it, but it was too long, including Posty, which I think did a pretty good job.
Part of the problem was that it was too late in the night. Yes. I was checked out at that point. Mm-hmm. Like I saw a lot of love for the D'Angelo segment online and like agreed. Like it was like a Starfest up there.
Yeah.
I was just so tired at that point. I just like could not lock in. So I need to go back and rewatch that because it did get a lot of praise. It just, the In Memoriam was too long. Can we talk about how freaking Reba McEntire has never performed at the Grammys until now?
That was confusing. When they said that, I was like, what do you mean?
Like, what do you mean? It's Reba McEntire, national treasure.
Yeah.
Like,
I was very puzzled by that.
I was floored.
Never?
I honestly couldn't get past it. Like I really could the whole night. I was like, never? Reba McEntire?
Truly strange.
Crazy. Yeah, that blew me away. Any other big performance highlights of the night for you?
Yes, Tyler, the Creator. Really, really loved his performance.
Another one I need to rewatch because it was late in the night. Okay. And I just was a little checked out. But I did think it was cool.
He did like a whole freaking musical up there. It was sensational.
Yeah, he did. Like
playing different characters. Cool. He's always had a thing on his albums of like he has different characters that he's playing and they all have like different voices and points of view. And so incorporating that into the performance I thought was really cool. And the fact that he like blew up the set at the end and like that, I mean, it was just like crazy. Really insane. I was like, wow, he really went for it.
It was cool.
Super cool.
In terms of like the ambition of the set, it reminded me a lot of like when Kendrick Lamar set fire to the stage. I don't even know what year that was. I think it was that Verdam?
To Pimp a Butterfly. It was We Gonna Be All Right.
God, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Sarah said the same thing. It reminded her a lot of that set.
Yes, 100%. It reminded me of that big time. That's crazy that was that long ago. That does not feel that long ago.
2013.
And still one of the most talked about performances in Grammys history because it was just that. It was that bitch.
Incredible.
It really was that bitch. So good. Well, I guess the last thing I need to say on the Grammys is I don't know what the hell happened in the alt categories, but y'all need to get your shit together because Hayley Williams released some of the best music of her entire career. And you said, I don't want any of it. Thank you. Next. And I said, fuck you. I said, The Cure. I don't know her. I don't know her. I said, Youngblood. I don't know her.
Okay. I'm going to immediately I was just foolish. So first of all, I failed to understand that The Cure had never won a Grammy Award. That to me was probably the reason they won too. Plus I've heard a lot of good things about that new album, but I mean, to be like one of the most influential bands of like our lifetimes and never to have won a Grammy, I do understand why they did that. I simply don't think that their album was better than Ego Death. I have not listened to it. Maybe I will eat my words, but like, you could have given them one and then still give an album to Hayley. I don't understand that. Now the rock one, I didn't realize that the song Youngblood was nominated for in that category was the Ozzy tribute song, and I should have just seen that coming. Like that's the most like Grammys check the box thing ever.
I did not know that either at the time, but I did think that Youngblood could give her a run for money because I just had a feeling that he's being adopted by the Academy as kind of like you give us like old school rock vibes, so we like you, kind of like a Greta Van Vliet moment. But yeah, I can't say too much because I didn't listen to the Cure album either. So it could have been really, really excellent. I just was so devastated that she didn't even take home one. She was nominated for 4.
Silly.
And did not even take home 1. And she was the betting odds favorite for alternative album. Like she really was. Like I couldn't find, like, most sources said she's almost a shoo-in. And so I was devastated for her, obviously. But you know what? She has 3 Grammys already. It's okay. She's doing well for herself. And it sounds like there's more music to come from her soon. So yeah, that's okay. I'll live.
Any other thoughts overall on the Grammys? Cool to see FKA Twigs getting a Grammy as well.
Yeah, such a surprise. I did not see that coming at all. Loved that. Darren Criss, Fake Ally.
Well, wait,
did you see this?
No.
When he went to go announce her win, he was like, what did he say?
Oh, yeah. He can't pronounce the album name. It was like Yushua or something.
Yuzua or something like that. I was like, okay, no. First of all, Darren Criss, thank you. You played a gay man on TV for like 10 years. You should know it's pronounced eusexual. Thank you. But very excited for her. I thought that was such a cool win. Love that album, obviously. Zara Larsson's performance on the pre-show was really great.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about one more thing, which is the Lady Gaga performance.
Yeah.
And I loved it. However, I found myself, I think the clarity that I've come to since is that I kind of wish she just would have done a different song. Because if she was going to do Abracadabra, I wanted
the production.
The full thing.
Yeah.
I wanted the production. I wanted the choreo. I wanted the dancers. I wanted the crazy shit. And I did think that it was really cool and inspired to do like the crazy camera work with the robotic arm. That was super fun to watch. I kind of wish she would have just done like Vanish Into You or, something different, or Killa. Killa would have been a good one for something like that.
Killa. I loved that idea. Yeah.
I loved the rock version of Abracadabra. I thought that was super cool. I just wish kind of that if we were going to get Abracadabra, we got the full spectacle. Yeah. But that's all I'll say about that.
I will say we'll probably get some hate if we don't at least mention the Justin Bieber performance, which I know a lot of people really liked. I will say I liked it. I heard he rehearsed it for 7 minutes, and that's what it felt like. Yeah, that's
You're
all.
Right. A lot of people did like it.
Sure.
You're right.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
The last thing I will mention is the funniest thing objectively that happened at the Grammy Awards is that Ariana Grande won her second Grammy. Okay, well, that's also true. Cher. No, we can talk about that in a second. But Ariana Grande won her second Grammy for the recording of Defying Gravity from Wicked.
It's honestly such a slap in the face.
It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
They fumbled the ball so bad with Ariana Grande. They really could have had such a great partnership with her, and they really fucked that up for her second Grammy. It's actually her third. I did forget.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was her second too, and then a coworker reminded me that she technically won for Rain on Me for pop duo group performance with Gaga.
Yeah, it's because Gaga was in it.
So she has won for one solo project ever.
Which was what?
And that was Sweetener for best pop vocal album.
Okay, well that was an inspired choice. Good job.
That was an inspired choice. I'm with you. But Defying Grat. That was so funny. Like, not even golden? Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you're right. Let's talk about Cher.
Cher.
What was that?
What a moment. What a queen. An icon. Truly a legend. First of all, if we're going to give Cher a Lifetime Achievement Award, why is there not a tribute? Why is there not a spectacle? I'm like, Cher? She has like some of the biggest hits ever. And you're not, that's it? You're just going to have Trevor Noah say, good job, and then won't give her a Grammy? Are we insane? What's going on?
You know what it felt like? It felt like they tried to give this to her like 3 years ago, and then she never showed up to get it. And so they were like, well, we had this made for you 3 years ago. Let me just give it to you right now. So the fact that she got thrown off for the rest of the presentation, not surprising. She is in her 80s, and that would confuse literally anyone. However.
Correct.
Was she high on opioids? Like, what
I don't know what was going on.
on?
Homegirl walked off stage. She was supposed to announce Record of the Year. They said, Cher, come back. And she was wearing that mermaid dress that she could hardly walk in. So she like waddle back to the microphone. And then the Grammy goes to
Luther Vandross.
Well, no, first she was like, oh, they told me it was going to be on the prompter. She opens the damn card and says, Luther Vandross. Whatever the fuck she said. No, I know that's his name, but that's not what Homegirl said. That's not what she said. And everyone was just kind of like, and then she goes, oh, Kendrick Lamar.
You know
to me, that's cinema.
It was taking me back to the La La Land Moonlight guffaw.
100%.
Like, that's the only reading of an award that was somehow worse than this one.
Yep. That's television, baby.
Yeah,
that's
props to Kendrick Lamar for like improvising a little speech about how great Luther Vandross is and what an influence he has.
Yeah, honestly, he was such a trooper about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was, man, what a mess that was. That was like, we're late in the night, but I was like, oh, suddenly I'm checked back in. Thank you, Cher. So funny. Oh, man. Queen.
I also like how she was like, you know, I've had the highest highs of like any person that's ever lived on the planet Earth, but it's hard to be me sometimes.
Like, period, Cher.
Yeah,
you're right.
Know what?
And you should say it.
This is the most boomer shit possible, but like you've earned the right, so whatever.
And she's like, you know, a little song called Believe. She's like, first to ever use auto-tune. I was like, yes, queen. You better, honestly, like, tell them how it is.
Prove it.
Come get your flowers. Come get your flowers. That was so funny.
Okay.
Anyways, any hoozle. On to the next.
Yeah, let's move on from the Grammys, which were fun. Let's talk about Muna. They put out a new single today. Thanks to Lesbian Jesus for answering our prayers. Our favorite band is back in session. I mean, Paramore is your favorite band, but I think Muna might be mine.
Correct. So fair.
So they're back.
The
song
back.
rips.
Album coming out in May. It is titled Dancing on the Wall, which the song is also titled. And of course it fucking bangs. It's Muna.
They never miss.
They never miss.
They're undefeated.
I love them so much. I'm just so pleased. They're only... I'm trying to be a little bit more selective with my vinyl pre-orders this year. I'm trying to like wait for things to come out and buy it like day of instead of like pre-ordering. And there are a few artists that I will do a full pre-order for, and Muna was one of them.
Yeah, Blind
before
Trust.
I even listened to the song, I ordered the vinyl. I said, I'm gonna like this. This is made for me. So yeah, there was not even a question. But yeah, it rips. I'm very excited. I haven't watched a music video yet.
Me neither.
But it looks hot as hell. Shocking to no one.
She's so hot.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. It's the one single released this year so far that has made me like truly excited for a project.
I just might made me excited.
Más o menos.
Okay.
I will say.
I'm a little higher on that song than you, but that's okay.
I just
get all
might
your
made me
criticisms.
it scratched an itch, but I wouldn't say it like makes me want to like bust down the doors for the album release. You know what I mean? This is like, yes, like give it to me now, please. Although May is an insane wait. Like, why did they do this?
So much. It's just so much teasing. Like they're
like,
very
hello.
They must really be into the sapphic thing because like the longing. They're making their fans just have
like.
sapphic.
Why couldn't you have given this to me like halfway through March?
Yeah,
that would have been such a better wait.
They have to edge you for months
for a May release.
I think
that's
it's their
crazy.
cake.
That's crazy work.
You know, that's okay. It's a summer album. It makes sense. What,
no,
you release
the
Muda
release date
music
makes
when it's
sense.
snowing? That's silly.
The release date makes sense, but can you not have given me the single in like March so that I didn't have to wait so long?
It's fine.
That's what I say. That's what I say.
I don't really care.
Very excited for that. We got a Noah Kahan album announcement.
Oh, yes.
I think since last time we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I think it was after that.
Yeah.
I think. We got the premiere of the Great Divide music video on the Grammys with MasterCard, like we got Abracadabra last year. I will say a little bit of a step down in terms of, you know, an exciting music video to premiere on MasterCard.
It's okay.
But, you know, I love Noah Kahan, and I think Great Divide is wonderful. So I'm excited for that album too.
Yeah.
I guess this is where we talk about Nick Jonas.
Yeah, let's do the obligatory Nick Jonas segment.
Yeah, we kind of hyped this up, saying, you know, Nick Jonas like has the potential to be like a great pop boy, and like has given us bangers like Jealous and Levels. And what we got was, as I described it on Instagram, wife guy music meets Christian contemporary music,
which we both flagged. Listen, you were like, if it's a wife guy album, I'm out. And I said,
I'm out.
There's the inflection point of the conservative politics that makes me scared. And there it is.
And we got both.
We did.
Best of both worlds.
It was all
Best
we could have ever not dreamed of. This album sucks.
It sucks. I literally couldn't I did get through it, but it was very hard. There was one song in there, I believe it's called Hope. I texted it to my friends and I said,
yeah, that one's bad.
I said Teddy Swims and Jelly Roll are furious they didn't write this.
Oh my God, Jelly Roll speech. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, but that's what it sounds like. It literally sounds like Jelly Roll meets Teddy Swims meets Alex Warren, which is, in summary, it's just Christian rock.
My worst nightmare.
Trojan horse Christian rock.
Yeah, it's really awful. And not even really Trojan horse. Like, there are some very explicitly religious lyrics on this.
There are, yeah. And literally gospel music.
Correct.
So I had two thoughts about this album.
You didn't even try and hide it.
No, two thoughts about this album. My first thought was, if The Color Beige were an album, it would be Sunday Best.
Yep. Well, the cover is kind of beige, so that's fair.
The cover also looks like it was just taken by Priyanka while she was sitting on the toilet. Like, this is the lowest effort album cover ever made.
So true.
What are we doing?
So true.
This is all we keep saying about white boys and pop music. Like, stop. Like, the women are creating entire airport sets and having live doves on stage, and you guys are taking a mirror selfie in your bathroom as your album cover. I mean, this is pathetic.
Is this perhaps the time for me to say yet again that I think that Troye Sivan would be the biggest male pop star if it weren't for homophobia?
Yeah,
I am obliged. I am obliged to say that at least twice a year.
Yeah,
on this
and
podcast.
at this point, I'm 1,000% in on that take. That is correct.
Thank you.
He actually he does effort.
Because you know who would not give us this shit is Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan needs to have the Heated Rivalry Boys in his next music video, and if he does, he will become the biggest pop star on earth. I just broke your brain.
That is so inspired. I would be so sad. I would never have been more sad if that were to happen. Troye Sivan, you heard it here first. We will accept royalties. Thank you so much. Give it to me now. I need that. That would be incredible. But you're absolutely right. Anyways, Nick,
my second thought was this was a nice Michael W. Smith album.
Don't do Michael W. Smith like that. Don't do him.
You're right. It's more like Stephen Curtis Chapman. It's a three-named country artist. I mean, a three-named Christian music artist.
Christian art. It's just really, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Handprints. Yeah, okay. I kind of like that song. It was fine.
Couldn't even tell you. The opening track I didn't hate.
Yeah, Handprints is the only one I listened to. I was like, oh, there's a song there.
The opening track I actually was kind of into until the gospel started. Yeah. And then as soon as that started, I was like, oh no, I know what we're doing here. And I was right. Yeah. So anyways, there is something deeply sinister about Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra. Have I ever mentioned that?
No, but I'm fully in on this take.
I don't know that I've ever fully expressed this take, but it's been a long held take from me that I don't know what it is, but those two, there's something sinister.
There's something dark. There's some dark energy.
There's some darkness.
There's some real Illuminati, Epstein list, you know.
I don't know what it is.
Tangential stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know my psychoanalysis of the Jonas Brothers as a band?
Huh.
I think Joe is a little bit of an idiot, but he got out of the scary conservative politics of his family and keeps getting sucked back in and treated as the broken child in that group. And so he keeps getting dragged along, even though he's the only one that's actually good.
That's fair. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Also now the hottest, in my opinion.
Always been.
Growing up, I was a Nick girl.
That's wrong.
But now as an adult, I think Joe's the hottest.
Joe always was. He's the only one that was sexy.
I don't know that that's true.
Okay. We've talked enough about Nick Jonas. Let's move on.
Okay, great.
Why don't we talk about the halftime show? Which was
that's really what we're all here for.
Awooga.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Holy fucking shit. Bad Bunny, he really did that.
He said.
Now let's talk about a pop boy that's inspired.
Yeah.
Bad fucking Bunny. Yeah, the whole thing was a masterclass in how to do that. I really love that the Super Bowl halftime show in recent years has, you said this over text as well, but has really remembered that most people watching this are at home on the TV and not in the stadium. And I like how much we've started gearing it towards that and making it more of a theatrical performance rather than just a big stadium rock show.
Yeah.
It works a lot better for camera. And I don't think anyone has done it quite as good as Bad Bunny has done it in this era of the halftime show.
Yeah, I agree. Transfixed is how I would describe my feelings while watching it. I was taken on a journey. He did something really, really amazing in this, in that knowing that his fan base was already coming to watch it, he didn't have to prove his bona fides in terms of hits or anything like that. What he did was tell a story for the people that were less familiar with him that felt like there was a language barrier. And I felt like he perfectly communicated the community behind his music, the reasons behind why he's an artist, and really brought all of that energy to the stadium visually in the way that it was choreographed, in the way that the sets were built, in the way that he performed every song with the Britney mic too. I was like, girl,
I know.
Your shit. This is pop
cool.
star shit. I love it. Just really wonderful performance.
Yeah, I completely agree. So many stupid think pieces about, well, it's in Spanish. I didn't understand it. And I'm like, how could you not understand it? I was like, what was not to get? I don't care if you didn't understand a single lyric. You really didn't get it. What was, it was very clear to me what we were doing. Even though I didn't understand what he was saying, that is just so secondary to what he was doing on that stage. I don't know, that's just a stupid, really, really stupid, ignorant take.
They even threw white people a bone in the form of the Lady Gaga interlude.
Okay, let's talk about Lady Gaga, because when she came on, I was like, this is fucking random. I was like, why is she here? But what I did not realize is that he is a massive little monster. I found this out.
Yeah.
That he was such a little monster. And now I love him even more. He literally was just like, this is my queen and I want her up there with me. So there she is. And I'm like, you know what? Go off. I would do the same if I were in your position. Crazy that was a real wedding.
Real wedding. I clocked it immediately. I was like, I think this is real. It was very Macklemore doing what is that?
The gay marriages during what is it called? I can't change. That was wild.
One best new artist over Kendrick Lamar. Just throwing.
Didn't Queen Latifah marry a bunch of gay couples at one point on stage too?
Yes.
I don't remember what show that was. Wild. Yeah, that was really cool. When he falls into the dancers, when he starts Nueva Yol, I was like, yes. Yeah. First of all, I love Nueva Yol. That song fucking rips. So that was cool when he fell through the house.
And they had the pre-recorded like video bit. Nice.
Yeah, that was neat.
That was sick.
Obviously Ricky Martin, what a great person to bring out. I mean, really paved the way for Puerto Rican pop music. I mean, seriously did so much of that groundwork. And I think like when I think back to his album of the year acceptance speech, you know, he said like, you know, thank you to the people who should have been here before me, but weren't. I really feel like Ricky Martin was a big inspiration for that comment. And so for him to be there was really, really special. Yeah.
Another artist probably discriminated against for their sexuality as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, because in many ways I felt like this was the gayest halftime show we've had ever. So, because first of all, Bad Bunny, I think, I could be misspeaking here, I think has said that he is like sexually fluid.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there?
He made a comment recently that he was like, right now I'm heterosexual, but I don't know that I will be in 20 years. Whatever that means. Okay. Interesting.
That's what, so whatever, but has always been like a very staunch ally.
Yeah.
For him to bring out Ricky Martin, for him to bring out Lady Gaga, who's famously not queer necessarily, but like is such a
queer icon,
staple.
Also
queer
Pedro
icon.
Pascal, who is not out, but
also Pedro
knows.
Pascal. And, he's not?
No, he's not out.
Oh, I was so unaware. I've been calling him a bisexual king for so long.
Well, no, I don't even think he's bisexual, if I'm being honest, but.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But then there was that really brief shot when he's on top of the truck where it shows two gay guys literally grinding on each other. Did you catch that moment?
I didn't know, but that's sick.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just like, for him to come out on this stage where every conservative in America is like, you don't speak English, you're not American, to give us all in Spanish, literally not a drop of English except for Lady Gaga, to have gay men grinding on stage and all of these queer icons on stage, to shout out every country in the Americas. That was
sick.
The balls on this man. Incredible. Absolutely. And I cannot believe the NFL signed off on it. I genuinely cannot believe the NFL signed off on it.
I actually do want to talk about that real quick. I think with so many things in a capitalist society, the proof is in the pudding economically. The NFL, I think, for a while has realized that the conservative agenda is not the thing that's going to make them money. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
They're not gaining any new viewers by putting a country artist on the halftime show. They haven't done one since the 90s because those people are already watching the Super Bowl. So all of these corporations understand that the way forward is inclusivity and community and acceptance. And the fact that we're still fighting these battles in 2026 is driving me absolutely bonkers. But I do really want to commend Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, for just like firmly and staunchly standing by Bad Bunny this entire week. He was grilled at a presser over choosing him as an artist and why they were sticking with him. And he said all the right things all week. I saw a great video of them hugging in the tunnel after the performance. There's many rumors that Bad Bunny was wearing a bulletproof vest both at the Grammys and during the show, which
I saw that
was very sad. I mean, that's our reality. But just incredible kudos to Bad Bunny. Like, he put it all out there.
Yeah, he really did,
to deliver a message, and I thought it was so effective.
I love that the message was crystal clear, but it wasn't a message of like, how do I want to word this? It wasn't like a message of like, I'm condemning the current administration or I'm speaking out against ICE. Although that's like the undertones, the message was community and love and acceptance of each other. And I just thought that was such a great way to like stick it to the man. That it's like, we could have seen a million headlines of, Bad Bunny says something about ICE during the halftime show, and all of the conservatives would have been like, oh my God. But the fact that he was like, no, I'm just going to show you my culture. I'm going to show you my heritage, and I'm going to show you that we're not all that different from each other. Yes. And I'm going to remind you that America is America and not just the United States.
Yeah.
Like, that was, I don't know. It was just like really special to see in such a dark moment, someone that is so optimistic about community and bringing everyone together. I thought it was the right move.
Yeah, it was just A pluses all around.
Yeah. And not to mention, he was just an absolute showman. I mean, just such a great performer, commanded the stage so well.
His vocals were great.
Brought out a bunch of local vendors from Puerto Rico, like actual real vendors from Puerto Rico, and shouted them out. I mean, it was just so cool.
BS Tacos, an LA staple in Highland Park, was like part of the set, which is really cool.
I heard that.
Yeah.
And he shouted out like the electrical grid problems that occur in Puerto Rico. There was just a lot of really great, like, he really rose to the moment in all the right ways. Like there just was not a single misstep. I was so impressed. So impressed.
It honestly reminded me at times of In the Heights. And not necessarily just because there was a Piragua guy, which was hilarious, but like the whole vibe of it, the way the camera moved, it felt like the movie, and like his MC nature, just like it was phenomenal. It felt like a musical.
Yeah, it did. I actually told Hunter after it was done, I was like, this makes me want to watch In the Heights.
Yeah.
And, I saw someone on, it was either TikTok or Twitter, that was like, this is a missed opportunity to bring out Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It did feel a little bit like, where's Lin right now?
Where's Lin? Where is he? I'm ready. 10s across the board. 10s across the board for me. So I guess that leads us into our conversation of briefly, you wanted to do an exercise of naming our top 5
halftime
Super Bowl
shows.
Halftime shows. And I will give you the floor to begin. I did not rank mine. I picked 5, but they were unranked. So I will let you start.
I'll do a special honorable mention at first to Kendrick from last year, who recency, it makes it hard to determine. I was also in a bad mood during last year's Super Bowl. I will say, like, rewatching it on YouTube several times since the Super Bowl, I realized what a masterpiece it was. I think I was just a little output during it, which made it not quite make my list here, but a very good performance. With that being said, my number 5 is Prince performing In the Rain. This also makes the cut because this is when the Colts won the Super Bowl. So it is a bit of like a double whammy in terms of defining childhood memories. But like, in the pouring rain in Miami, like, what are the odds? Prince got up on stage and delivered all of his greatest hits. And just like a truly fabulous version of a mid 2000s halftime show. Like, it used to be just like an old rock band gets on the stage and they rock out for 15 minutes, which is a vibe. I loved it. But I think Prince by far the best of all of those, even if it's mainly just because of the showmanship of doing it all in the rain, which is so sick.
100%. Yeah. Absolutely. I do remember the Prince one. Actually, what you'll see in my list in general is that I just like don't have a memory of the halftime show prior to like college.
That's
fine. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just like I don't think I cared that much about the halftime show growing up. And even to this day, it's not, even though that it's such a culturally defining performance and I am such a music nerd, it's actually something that I don't really give much thought to outside of the day of. Yeah. So like, I haven't gone back and watched any of these performances. I made my list purely on vibes and slight memory of them. So the first one I will excuse me. The first one I will shout out is Beyonce. Obviously, I do remember the Beyonce one very well. That was 2013.
Yes,
I believe. The crazy part that I had forgotten about is that she did the halftime show before what I think is like the seminal part of her career.
Yes.
Like, she had not even released self-titled when she did that halftime show.
Had 4 come out?
And I think 4 had come out.
Okay.
But self-titled had not. And I think the very clear like artistic moment of her career is self-titled to now. So yeah, I honestly think Beyonce could probably do it again. I think she has enough material. Well, she sort of did with the
Beyonce Bowl, which is this going to be on your list?
Yeah, I guess that's true. No, I did not put the Beyonce Bowl on my list, but I almost wanted to.
Okay, I will say you'll get it from my next one, but I did open this up to just halftime shows and not necessarily the Super Bowl. But so I thought you might include the Beyonce Bowl.
I almost put the Beyonce Bowl, but I went with the halftime show instead. And it was so good. Obviously, Beyonce is the performer of our lifetime. So yeah, I couldn't not do that one. Yeah,
I'll be mentioning that one again shortly. My number 4 is the McKinley High School Glee Club performing at the state championships of Ohio high school football. Doing Heads Will Roll and Thriller. Yes. I'm being fully serious.
That's an inspired choice.
Thank you.
Because the Heads Will Roll Thriller mashup is everything. Everything.
It's so good. It also,
Ryan Murphy
aired right after the Super Bowl, so I feel very comfortable counting it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so good. I love that episode.
Transcendent stuff. Really,
so
really
good.
We're, of course, referring to the Fox TV show Glee, created by Ryan Murphy. That was
cannot believe you included that.
On in the 2010s. They did a special Super Bowl episode in which the cast performed at a halftime show in World, and it was phenomenal. So
it was amazing.
I was getting a shout out here.
Glee committed many war crimes, many war crimes, famous. But every once in a while they did something exceptional. And that mashup is one of those moments. Yes. So good. That's hilarious. I love that you included that.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one might get me some hate, but I don't even care because I actually remember really liking this, but I remember people being like, this is bad. And it's the Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars.
How, really?
Show. Yes, I loved it. I thought it was great. And I'm saying it mostly because of the Formation performance. So realistically, Beyonce is on my list twice. Like, this is mostly because of the Beyonce Formation performance, which was exceptional. And she came in like the Black Panthers outfit. Like she ate down so good. And Bruno was in fantastic. I think he did either Uptown Funk or 24 Karat Magic. It was probably Uptown Funk. They really stole the show. Coldplay was like Coldplay, but those two being the features was everything.
Tonally, I thought that show was a mess. I would have preferred it just be a Coldplay halftime show because it doesn't really feel like they ever did one, which is really strange. And because that one was just like they didn't feel like Coldplay could carry it. I guess I'm still puzzled by that whole thing because Beyonce and Bruno have both done it recently when that show happened. Right. So
I think this was 2016.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Beyonce had just performed in 2013. So
and Bruno did it in 2014.
Right. So it was like one of the two most recent performances. But notice how when I mentioned it, I didn't really mention Coldplay.
I
mentioned
they didn't really matter Bruno to the show because it just felt like they were an afterthought in their own show, which is it was all strange to me.
Interestingly enough, I don't remember the Bruno Mars halftime show at all.
Oh, interesting, because that's my next one.
Okay, well, there we go. Good segue.
So Bruno Mars' halftime show was in 2014. It was the last time the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, defeating the Denver Broncos, quarterbacked by Peyton Manning at that point. It was blowout of a game, but the halftime show was phenomenal. At that point, Bruno had, I believe, only released Doo-Wops and Hooligans. So it makes it a really interesting show because it's like all of his early hits. Bruno Mars just kind of rose to power so quickly.
No, Unorthodox Jukebox.
Had he done Unorthodox Jukebox? Okay.
Yeah. That came out in 2012.
Aha. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Glad to be fact checked there. That makes sense because I think he did Treasure during the Super Bowl. So.
I think he did too. Did he do Locked Out of Heaven?
Yes. He also had Red Hot Chili Peppers on stage with him, and they performed Give It Away.
Oh, that's right.
Which was phenomenal.
I do remember that. That was good.
But I think the thing that made that such a great show is I remember that being one of the first ones outside of the Beyonce performance that really felt like we were expanding from we're just performing on a stage bit. The fact that he could do that because he came from that tradition and still performs in that tradition is great. But he really took it to the next level and started making it more of a TV production. And I think the combination of his like pop culture cachet, his performance ability, and the fact that was a really dreadful game that we needed a little bit of fun during makes this a very memorable one for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I do remember when you said hit Red Hot Chili Peppers. I do remember that one now.
Yeah.
My next, I'm really going off of vibes because I remember being really gagged by this when it happened, but I remember very little about it. So I wanted to go through and like rewatch some of these beforehand, but I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go off vibes. Madonna. I thought the Madonna halftime show was excellent at the time. When I tell you, I really remember almost nothing about it.
I don't.
I'm being very serious. But when it happened, I remember being so gagged. So gagged, which really should have been a warning sign.
What year was this? Like 2009?
I don't even remember.
Madonna halftime show. Hold please, will we look this up?
It was 2012, so year before Beyonce.
Oh, right. You know why I don't remember that one as well is because I was at Chicago Unifieds, so I was sort of checked in and out of that Super Bowl. I do remember it now. Yeah, that makes sense. I watched it on a little tiny hotel room screen, so it wasn't like...
Yes, and I believe that was the one in Indy.
It was the Patriots and the Giants. Yeah.
Yes,
Giants
I actually
won their
know
second.
someone who sang. I know someone who sang in the choir for.
Oh wow, that's
that
cool.
show.
That's cool.
Very cool. So I do actually really want to go back and rewatch that. I just remember being so gagged.
Yeah.
And so that's why I included it.
Makes sense.
Yep.
My number 2 is Bad Bunny. I absolutely love this performance, and that's what I feel. You call me a woke white liberal, but it was a great show. Sorry.
It was a fantastic show, and that's okay because I'm going to put it at my number 1.
Great.
So I literally don't remember being as floored by a halftime show as Bad Bunny. So I guess I will just shout out my only other one that I have on my list, which is Shakira and motherfucking J Lo.
That was a good show.
I loved this show. In all honesty, like recency bias aside, like this is probably my favorite.
That's fair.
But I just had the time of my life. Like they were performing their asses off on that stage. The conservatives were mad. Do you remember how mad people were after that performance? Because they were like shaking.
They were shaking ass. How dare they? Those Latin girls.
I was like, it's Madonna and J-Lo. What else are they gonna do?
Shakira and J-Lo.
Like they're gonna shake their ass, and I'm gonna say thank you. Like that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just remember being like, wow, these two are on absolute fire. And I don't even love J-Lo down like that necessarily, but I'm gonna give her flowers where they are due, and she gave a great show. And obviously, Shakira has bangers on bangers on bangers.
Of course.
So I just remember walking away from that one and being like, yeah, they're taking it.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking it. And I still feel that way years later.
Yep. That's a super valid pick. My number 1 is Beyonce in 2013.
Okay.
Wow. I was about 19 years old at the time. When I saw Beyonce dancing, I was like this. And that pretty much sums up the whole show. She also took the power out in the Superdome. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but the entire Super Bowl second half was delayed for an hour because the power went out immediately after her performance. And no one's ever done that before. So iconography wise, like that's legendary.
Her power.
That's next level. She just shook her ass for 20 minutes in every way, shape, and fashion, and sang her heart out.
Her ass off.
Yeah.
God, she sang her ass off.
Oh my God, what a show. I was truly transported to another universe.
She just is the performer of our lifetime.
Yeah.
She just
undeniably.
I mean, just no one can do it like Beyonce can do it. No one.
Yep.
I'll stand by that until I die. She is that bitch.
Yeah. Gave the 49ers a chance in that game. They were down by like 3 touchdowns, I believe. And
the way that you can remember who plays
Danny
for each
my
show
number 1 special interest is
crazy.
Football. Period.
I know.
There's not a close second. It's just football is my number 1, and of course I remember.
Why do you not have a football podcast?
Because everyone has a football podcast.
Well, everyone has a music.
And
podcast.
I don't like no NFL teams. Like they all have no NFL teams. You know what I mean? The people that like do NFL podcasts like on the regular, those are people that are very connected in the NFL world. I have none of those connections.
You're just a fanboy.
Yeah. Nor do I know how to like break down film. I listen to the people do it and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm learning. But like,
yeah,
I never played professional or even high school football. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Well, there we go. There are our favorite halftime show performances. I will have to go rewatch some of these.
Yeah.
What is sparking joy for you? Is this just where we talk about traders?
Yeah, so let's really break down the traders this past week because it shook me a bit because so
yeah,
the second most recent episode, the one with the banquet, we watched 6 days late, so we watched that on Wednesday,
right?
And the entire time I was just thinking like Rob blew a 100-point lead. I don't know what to say. Like he was dominating the game. So under the radar, just like killing it. And then everything was going to shit. He like tore up the traders, basically, was getting everyone to vote against Lisa. And then Candace was like on his ass and did that throwaway vote for him. And I was like, everyone's losing this next episode. And then Rob motherfucker, I don't even know his last name. What is his last name?
I don't know.
Rob motherfucking Love Island comes back and gets rid of Candace on the next episode, becoming the only trader, and then picked Eric to be the next trader, a move that will never ever be traced back to him. I just think he is operating on such another level right now. I can't even comprehend.
I Do you know the meme where it's the graph and it says, it's over, we're so back, it's over, we're so back, it's over, we're so back. You know what I'm talking about? That's how I feel watching Rob this season.
Yeah.
Because like I keep thinking he's making really dumb moves, but then like nobody suspects him.
Yeah.
Like even
I know.
Like there was that one clip with Kristen where she was like, Candace left us nothing other than Rob. But like it's definitely not Rob. I'm like, you people, what is going on? How have you convinced people? Like, it was so, as soon as Candace got out, the entire castle should have been like, oh, so the other one's Rob. Like, it really should have been that obvious. But for some reason, he has convinced them so hard that he's a faithful that they just like would never even.
Well, because he's played it perfectly. I know Candace was mad about him going against Lisa, and that's like kind of fair. He didn't need to be as like spokesperson-y over it. It was a bit. It was a bit Boston Rob energy going on there. But
it was.
I do think that Lisa was clearly the next target, and then Candace was voted out nearly unanimously. So I don't. Think like everything he's doing is like, yeah, that makes sense. You're a faithful now. Colton's not here anymore, so you're now speaking up.
Yep.
It all makes sense. Like trying to piece it together from their point of view it's really crazy. Like I'm so team Rob this season. I hope he gets all the way.
I hope he wins too. I keep thinking he's making dumb moves and then they turn out to be smart moves. So I will eat my words. My ideal ending was going to be that him and Colton make it to the end and then they take it together and then Colton realizes that Rob is a traitor. That would have been like TV. You know what I mean? I would have loved that. But obviously Colton's gone now, which I'm honestly thrilled about because I couldn't stand him this season.
Annoying. The one like interesting dark horse for me, I think Johnny and Tara are playing a very smart game where they're like besties, but they're like not acknowledging it on TV, which is really kind of interesting.
They're kind of taking the Gabby route from last season.
They are. Like, it feels very intentional.
Gabby the whole season like played it so dumb.
Like this
ended up being kind of smart, I think.
No, she is smart. I think she was doing it the whole time.
I think she was too. But I don't know that I'm going to give Tara and Johnny that much credit that they're as smart as Gabby was. But they have seemingly convinced the castle that they like don't know each other that well, which is interesting because they're literally co-hosting the Olympic figure skating right now.
I know.
And yeah, I think their calls have been off, but their alliance is really strong. And I think that nobody suspects them. Really. I think there was a brief moment where people thought it was Johnny, but yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I'm very intrigued here. Something is going on there.
Yeah. But I really am rooting for Rob. I hope he wins.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's a great show. Another thing sparking joy for me is that we saw The Bone Temple last week, which is the sequel to 28 Years Later. Nice. I just think this is like, outside of Dune, the best franchise going right now. These movies are insane. And the fact that nobody saw The Bone Temple is such a marketing tragedy. Like they shouldn't have released it so quickly after the first one in January. Like it's such a weird release window. Now nobody's seeing it. It's considered a commercial flop. That sucks. Like it's a really, really great movie and I'm bummed, but it's going to do numbers on Netflix once it eventually gets there. And so I'm not too mad about it, but I just had to shout that out because I'm just so impressed by them.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. I think that's about it for me. I don't think anything. I guess the only other thing I can say is I finally convinced Hunter to watch Popstar Academy, the making of Cat's Eye, and I kind of hooked him in. I knew I would. So I'm watching it again, and it's so good. It's so good.
Cat's Eye, the ultimate social experiment, is that when you see them perform with no context, bad. But if you've seen the show, apparently good.
I promise you, it really does something to your psyche. Sure. I don't know what it is. It messes with you. Like you grow so attached to these girls as individuals that as a group, you're like, I now love you.
I do feel like as an outside observer, just seeing them on TV and, commercials and stuff, they might as well just be AI generated because they have no artistic say in anything. So
correct. And that's my biggest problem with the group. That is truly, Hybe is treating them with the K-pop model, but for a Western audience.
Doesn't work.
Western audiences don't want that.
No.
Like we don't want manufactured pop anymore. That's just not where the culture is. Like, you need to give these people some identity and let them have a say in what they're doing. And until they do that, I think they're going to continue to see them fail, which is really sad because they're very talented.
For sure. Well, I do want to say thank you to our listeners for sticking with us. There might be a big break after this one. We shall see.
We will see.
My child is going to have to take precedent here for a little bit as I have to keep her alive. So, do you know the babies need to be fed every 2 to 3 hours? Isn't that crazy?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild. So I will be not sleeping anymore for a good bit. There's always a chance that we get one more episode in before this happens. But if we don't, thanks so much for sticking with us. We'll be back as soon as that I am able to keep this going. Hopefully to talk about Bruno Mars' album, maybe Harry Styles' album. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. So we're really excited about that. And you want to give the social spiel?
Yeah. Please follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram at The Daily Record Spin _ podcast. We are on TikTok at just The Daily Record Spin. Or you can get in touch with us by email at thedailyrecordspin@gmail.com. Please rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Drop a comment on Spotify. You can do that now. That's really cool. We got a hate comment, our first hate comment on Spotify. That was really cool.
We made it.
We've made it. You can also follow us on YouTube. We post our long form content there, our full episodes with video. So get in touch with us. Let us know what you think. And thanks for listening.
See you next time on The Daily Record Spin.